We all have a purpose. My purpose is to help you find yours. Allow me to introduce you to these compelling individuals that took the necessary steps to find theirs. The most important step is to know you. You have to discover who you are to know where you are going. Welcome to Meet Mr. King, where knowledge is necessary for growth. Meet Mr. King, we here in NYC, where knowledge is necessary for growth. I honestly got introduced to this guy via the internet. You know, I'm a Biggie fan, and I saw one of his pieces, and lo and behold, I was in Harlem, and I got an opportunity to meet the incredible genius himself, Mr. Ron Draper, ladies and gentlemen. Ron, thank you very much for taking the time to meet me. I certainly appreciate it, homie. I usually like to get started, let them know a little bit about you. You know, I know you're from Harlem, but when did Ron know he was gifted? This is what he was meant to do.
Two different questions. Figured out when I was gifted, had to have been like elementary school. Because you know, some things you don't know you can do until you see other people not doing it.
Nice.
So I used to draw. I didn't think I was that good because I had nothing else to kind of compare it to.
Okay.
But once you're like 5, 6 years old and you're drawing things and it's like, oh, I'm drawing this and everyone can draw. And it's like, wait, they can't. And they all start asking me to draw for them. It's like, oh, so I must be on to something.
Okay.
But as far as knowing it was meant for me to do, I want to say in the last 2 years.
Really? That 2 years?
As far as this being like my purpose, like I've always been into it. Like I went to art school. I grew up in an art family.
Okay.
But as far as this being what I wanted to do and this is being my purpose, in the last 2+ years probably.
You grew up in Harlem, right?
Yeah.
So you're like the re-emergence of the Harlem Renaissance. You're like
something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the evolution of art. I mean, some of the pieces that I've seen and I've witnessed from you, I've seen how it's grown over time. And what inspires you? What's your inspiration?
My inspiration is gonna sound funny. My inspiration comes from the need to inspire others.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, God, I've heard a lot, but I haven't heard an answer to a question like that.
All my work is based, it's inspirational in nature, it's educational in nature. So my work comes from telling the story. And using those stories to help people get to where they have to get to, just kind of help deliver that particular message.
Nice.
So my work is all about the message. It's never, oh, what is the message there? You'll know what my message is, of some sort.
And I know
like you'll take away something from everything.
I noticed that, you know, a lot of your pieces, you do have quotes, and I noticed you say
a lot being like 99%.
Right, everything, pretty much. And
everything.
It's more quote driven. And at the end of, you know, some of your pieces, I see that, you know, you know I pay attention.
Yeah.
But, you know, Malcolm X, I feel it, I see it, and give the people a little bit about what I'm
saying. You know, any piece I put a quote on has an EBAM on it.
Yes.
EBAM is Enlightenment By Any Means.
Enlightenment by any means.
So, for one, I'm from Harlem, so I'm a product of Malcolm all the way.
Right.
So I always feel like I'm Malcolm X, just not like speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just speaking through my artwork.
Okay.
So my goal is to enlighten people one way or another, whether it be like, I don't know, my work is to make you feel a certain way.
Okay.
And hopefully that way is enlightened or motivated or inspired. Something on the positive spectrum.
That's beautiful.
Because education is not just academics, it's not just knowledge, it's about the emotional, it's about the social, which all comes through. Whether it be music, whether it be visual arts, whether it be dance, whatever they have, they need to implement something.
This guy gets it.
Yeah,
this guy absolutely
kids can't sit there and take in formulas and take in the periodic table all day.
Right.
Who the hell wants to do that? You can't. That's not human.
And I think it's important because it helps them figure out themselves as well. And that's why I'm all about personal growth and learning about yourself, and why education is so important to me as well. And this is why I knew that you and I would, you know, fuse together really well.
It's the social realm of education.
Right.
That they lost the social. They were so focused on the academic, the results, the test scores, the college rates. And it's like, it's all cool. Those numbers are cool, but the things you can't quantify is what's most important for the most part.
So I'm going to ask you to do me a favor.
Yeah, of course.
To all those kids watching right now, I want you to leave a message, and I want you to tell them what they should do. You know, that kid that's confused in school right now, trying to figure out what's going to be their next step. What advice would you give that kid? Do me a favor and let them know.
My advice is do what you can, see what you like. If you don't like it, fine, do something else. Like, I've gone to wanted to be an NBA when I was a kid, to wanting to be a lawyer, to now I'm an artist. So what you think you're gonna do with yourself now is probably not gonna happen. Why? Because you haven't found yourself yet. So do what you can, and in the process of doing what you can, you're gonna find yourself and find your purpose. So don't try to do anything now because you're not gonna know what you wanna do, because you don't know who you are yet. It's okay, it's all right, you'll live. But just know that keep on working, doing what you can, do whatever makes you happy, you'll find who you are. So once you find who you are, you'll find what you want to do. And once you know what you want to do, once you feel that thing inside you, it doesn't stop. Once you feel what gives you that passion to kind of get up every morning and work 28 hours a day, that's when you know you want to do it. And then when you do that, when you find what that is, don't you ever stop. Just keep on going until you can't go anymore.